Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Ajoe21love. Here at episode 114 here of Sports Heavy Topics. Getting closer, where in that transition period of the year of sports, next week, for starting of week one for the NFL season, and thus we are close to the start of the NBA regular season, the MLB playoffs circling towards soon. But thank you for joining me. If you're new to the podcast and you want to see more of these videos, um, more sports topics, click the subscription in the corner. Find all sports topics as well as pro wrestling reviews on the channel. Find notifications as well. But yeah, got a good load to talk about today on the podcast. You know, NCAA football started this past weekend. Um, Interesting stuff there. We got talk about more of that in a bit. The NFL Top 100. It finalized the other day with the top 20 through number one, and obviously some likes and dislikes, you could tell. But we might as well go over it and, you know, a who's who of names. I think, mostly you got it right with based on how last season went and how the off season has been shaken up. I'm not sure you can really complain about these names being in the top 20 for the NFL Top 100. So let's dive into it. So, left off with Joe Burrow last week for our last podcast for at 21 for now number 20 JC Jackson. Now, yes, he is a Charger now, but had another great season with the Patriots last season. Hope him for the best. He is, I believe, undergoing surgery or set to undergo surgery. So, but hopefully he's good with it. Number 19 is number 19, Deebo Samuel. The guy who wears number 19, Deebo. Talk about a target for the 49ers last season. I mean, run the ball, catching the ball, did some return. I mean, cannot understand what he meant. Number 18, Shaquille Leonard. Darius Leonard. Changed his name, I think. Yeah, I don't really recall, but yeah. Shaquille Leonard, another solid season for the Colts. Number 17, this was a wild card, I think, as far as this range from 20. I would put him anywhere between like 20 and 9, I would say. Justin Jefferson, I'm sure Philly fans were watching this or watching the reveal of the top 20 and still banging their heads against the walls, knowing they passed up Jefferson for him to go to Minnesota, and he's been solid for them ever since. Number 16, his first year in the league, and he made an impact with the Cowboys. Micah Parsons at 16. You know, yes, he had issues which led him to fall a bit to where he landed. Still went pretty high last year, but you know, he really should have been a top 5 pick. You know, if it wasn't for his issues or the stories coming out of college. But still, great first season for Parsons, and hopefully, for the Cowboys, he can thrive on where he started. At number 15 for the second year in a row, Tyreek Hill, the Cheetah. You know, Tyreek Hill, you know, fast player in the league. I mean, Tua, hopefully for Tua, he can get Tyreek Hill in the top 10. If not, then Tua's going to have issues. But now it's not just Tua, it's Mike McDaniel as well and the offensive play callers in Miami. But, I mean, they got the weapons to show for it, so see how this season rolls. At number 14, the highest ranked offensive lineman, Trent Williams. You know, Trent, it's amazing, you know. I mean, he was very solid with Washington and one of the best, but obviously he had the injury issues and the disgruntlement with the team, with the franchise, which allowed him to go to San Fran. And he may be getting better with age. That's kind of crazy about Trent Williams, but you know, at number 14, very well deserved. At number 13, Josh Allen took a little dip from his MVP like year in 2020, but you know, Josh Allen still one of the best QBs in the league, and he is getting better and better. One of the prominent reason, if not the prominent reason, why people have Buffalo in high regard. Now, this ranking is suspect. I think many may agree, depending how you view it. At number 12, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, King Henry, missed half of the regular season, but, you know, he had 900 yards, and he still finished in the top 10 rushers in the league, despite missing what he missed. I mean, if you ask me, I think, yes, he still finished with 900 yards, and Yes, his impact. I don't think he should have been as high as 12. I think you could still slot him in the top between 40 and 20. I think would have been more proper of a ranking because of the time he missed. But still, he cannot downplay Derrick Henry when he was healthy and what he means to the Titans team. At number 11, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, what can you say? A beast. I mean, yes, we can all agree that he should not be rated higher in Madden over the Defense Player of the Year, TJ Watt, but Garrett's a beast. I mean, another double-digit sack year. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate that for him and them, that Watson has the suspension because with a prolific offense, a highly skilled pass rusher is, in theory, going to get a little more opportunity. I mean, simply put, because the opposing team is going to try to match and catch up with the opposing offense and allows more time or more opportunity for pass rush for one pass rusher. So we'll see. But good for Myles Garrett. Number 10, Travis Kelsey. I mean, as the years go by, he is yet another good year and continues to cement his legacy. He's already a Hall of Famer. I think we pretty much know. Travis Kelsey is a Hall of Famer, a future guy in Canton. And, you know, we'll see if he can have a couple more years. I'm not ready to do it yet. But if he has like 3 more years like what he's been having, perhaps we start the discussion of Travis Kelsey for Tony Gonzalez as far as best tight end in Chiefs history. But still needs a couple more years. So good for Travis. At number 9, his biggest ranking yet, Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, had another great year for the Rams. I mean, if you're a Jaguars fan, you're still wondering how the hell it couldn't work out between them and Ramsey. I mean, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. Now he's in the top 10. What more can you say? At number 8, Patrick Mahomes. You know, from the way the Chiefs started, it looked like Patrick was going to be in the bottom 50 in this ranking. But they flipped the switch. They turned around that team and pulled in another hell of a year or hell of a finish. Despite losing in overtime in the AFC title game to the Bengals, they wrapped it up, and Patrick Mahomes had another solo season. At number 7, dropping one spot, Davante Adams, definitely the highest ranked Raider on this list. You know, if you're looking at this list, you're probably thinking, well, now the pressure's on for Derek Carr. You know, I mean, you have a guy that's ranked number 7. So, gonna try to get him in the top 5. Well, Derek Carr do that? Probably not. But it's probably not a bad thing because they got weapons galore for the Raiders. So, good for Devontae. Number 6, the Defense Player of the Year, TJ Watt. Yo, TJ, I still think he broke the single season sack record. You know, that's my opinion. But TJ Watt is well deserved. And I think what amazes people is that he got paid in the offseason a great deal, and he was not content. He was working on, he showed up and proved why he was worth that deal. 22 and a half sacks. Although, if you ask me, it was 23. Number 5, Jonathan Taylor. You know, he was unranked last year, and I am a bit surprised he wasn't ranked his rookie year. But his first ranking is in the top 5, Jonathan Taylor, and he had an explosive season for the Colts. Obviously, it's a shame they didn't make the playoffs, but great year for Jonathan Taylor and going forward. And number 4, who well deserved, Cooper Kupp. Best season I've seen out of a wide receiver have. I mean, if anyone has a problem with him being in the top 5, you're crazy. You're on something. That's all I gotta say. Number 3, the MVP, who was ranked number 3 last year, couldn't move up but did move down. Aaron Rodgers. I will say though that being MVP back to back, not being number 1, that's a little unique. And number 2, Aaron Donald for the second year in a row. I mean, I get it that he was ranked over TJ. I mean, what more can you say? Aaron Donald is a freak. Number 1, the GOAT, Tom Brady. Now, here's what I'll say about Tom Brady. Yes, he had over 5,000 yards. Yes. That's what I thought. Sorry, Siri. Yes, he had over 5,000 yards. Yes, he had another stellar season. At number 1, though, is when he was 44 years old. How can people not appreciate what that guy has done? Just what he has done. I don't get it. Some people just like to hate. I get that. But now, do I think he should have been number one? I don't think really so. If it was up to me, I would put in the top 5. At number 5, I would have TJ Watt. I would have, yeah. If I did the top 5, I would have TJ at 5. I would have Donald. No. TJ at 5. Tom Brady at 4. Aaron Donald at 3. Cooper Kupp 2. And Aaron Rodgers 2. And Tom Brady at 1. Or Aaron Rodgers at 1. Yes, Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Tom Brady, TJ Watt. That would have been my top 5, but nonetheless, they got the guys right and got similar junctions, but yeah. Either way, I mean, they got it smooth, they got it right, so hell of a thing for Tommy Brady, Thomas Edward Brady. So start off with a hell of a note. Now, get into something a little bit more serious, and don't want to hover around this for the rest of the podcast too long. So I would just give my thoughts on it. Matt Araiza, who was a great punter for San Diego State, who has a hell of a leg, who, I mean, we saw his highlights, we saw his tape, thought he should have been the number 1 drafted punter in this year's draft. Did not happen. Selected by the Bills, that was a steal for them. But coming out of the other day, it was known that there were some allegations against Matt Araiza for gang rape of a minor. I mean, look. Now, these are still allegations. It's still very early. Still very, very preliminary. And Matt Araiza has now been released from the Bills. Now, if the stuff comes out as untrue or false, because again, it's still kind of preliminary. If it comes out as false, you got to pay more attention if you're a player you gotta be more responsible because everything can be used as a player to tarnish your ways, tarnish your job, and tarnish your livelihood. So be extra careful. If they're false, I feel bad for them. However, if they are true, you know, you know, just this, it's despicable. You know, if you have plans to be in a professional sport, you got to make the steps to be a professional. Professional. And again, these are true, despicable. I hope all these guys get the charges and just go away for many years. I mean, I have a daughter, I have a mother. Do it the way that's how it'd be done, legally, you know, right age, in the letter of the law, consensually, great way. You know, I'm a dude that hopes to be a mother or hopes to be a father someday. And hearing shit like this is stupid. Just stupid. So that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about the matter. So after that, gearing towards, college football is back. College football is back for all you NCAA fans. I mean, NCAA football is officially back, and we got some hell of games to go on to this weekend, you know, including number 3 ranked Georgia, defending champs versus number 3 Oregon, or number 11. Bo Nix's debut. Tough task to go up against Georgia, defending champs, who lost many players in this year's draft. So, see how they go about. Number 5, Notre Dame versus number 2, Ohio State. That's going to be epic, to say the least. Number 23, Cincinnati versus number 19, Arkansas. Got some hell of games to look forward to this weekend. So, for all you fans that are awaiting the return of NCAA, here it comes. Here it comes. Tretter. JC, one of the better centers we've seen the last summer years. Who been the Brown center the last couple of years. He was released a few weeks ago by the Browns in a bit of a shocking move. And it was announced the other day that he announced his retirement from the league after 8 seasons. Now, Tretter, look, offensive line is a very underrated and a very fragile position in the sport of football. Simply put, because that is the one position where really a player could retire at any age and you wouldn't be surprised because, you know, when the team does well, it's the receivers or the running backs or the quarterback that gets the love. But the O-line's always underrated. JC Tretter, it's a shame because we've had some hell of O-linemen been retiring as of late, including Alex Mack. Including another guy for. Well, we got guys up in age. We got Jason Kelsey. Andrew Whitworth retired after the Super Bowl. Got some hell of a line that stand by to for now. And it's a little unfortunate. But nonetheless, that's the podcast for you guys. That's all I have covered for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click that like, leave a thumbs up, help out the video, help out the channel, help put the videos in the recommended section on YouTube. Help that out as well. But nonetheless, thank you all. Hope I gave my clear thoughts on the controversy with Matt Araiza, with the top 20 of the NFL top 100. You know, getting close. We're getting close. Next week, I will return to my predictions for the NFL regular season or for the NFL season. As a week from Thursday, Bills vs. Rams, opening day. Get ready, everyone. Get ready. Anyways, thank you all. Be safe. I'm Ajoe21love. See you guys next week. Peace.